Hi everyone, it's me again, VA Jessie, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. To those who are new here, my name is VA Jessie, and I provide work from home tips, sales and phone skills improvement, and anything related to virtual assistants. So if you are new in my channel and you wish to know more about how to become a virtual assistant or how to be a more expert when it comes to sales or cold calling, or if you are a client who want to know more about Filipino virtual assistants, please do subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you would always be updated whenever I release a new video. So for today, I'm going to continue my real estate ISA coaching session. And if you haven't watched my previous video, I'm going to be putting in the link below, and I'm also going to have the link here so you can watch it. This series is all about sharing what I know, sharing my knowledge in regard to becoming a real estate ISA. That's what I've been doing for over 6 years now. And I just wanted to share it to everybody, especially to those that are looking to focus on real estate niche and also to focus on becoming a real estate ISA. I have another video I created prior to this where I discussed what are the different benefits of working with the realtor and what would you expect if you're working with the realtor as an appointment setter and many other things. Okay, so for today, I'm gonna dig deeper into that. I'm gonna discuss more about it. I'm gonna discuss scripts, and I'm going to discuss more about the expired list. Okay, there are a lot of different lists if you are going to call for a realtor, but I'm going to discuss expired listing first, and we are going to discuss, or we're going to tackle all the other lists in the future. All right, now let me share my screen. Okay. This is going to be our real estate appointment setting part 2. If you wish to watch my real estate appointment setting part 1, I'm going to have it on the link below, and or you would probably see it somewhere on the screen. Okay. Now, again, before I get started, I just want to, if you are new in my channel, I am a real estate appointment setter. I am a real estate ISA, and I worked as a real estate call caller for over 6 years now. I also manage a VA, or virtual assistant staffing agency, called Telecrew Outsourcing. I own the company with my husband. And if you are a Filipino virtual assistant, or if you're an aspiring virtual assistant who wants to venture into freelancing and who wants to get connected to different clients around the world, please do go to our website at telecrewoutsourcing.com so you can apply to us as a virtual assistant. So let's begin. So what does a listing mean, right? Because I said expired listing. So what does it mean when you say listing? Okay. Again, guys, I have a different video where I discussed everything, all the different terminologies for real estate. I suggest that you watch that video because it's really going to help you with all the jargons and all of the things that I'm going to mention on my trainings. All right. So what does it mean? What does a listing mean? Basically, a listing is an agreement that represents the right of a real estate agent or a broker to handle the sale of a real estate property, all right, and to receive a fee for commission for services. So basically, when you say listing, you are giving the right to a particular person, a realtor or a broker, to sell your house on your behalf. All right. They call it listing because they put it on a multi-listing service. It's a platform where a realtor can post a house for sale that he's handling or she's handling, so that other realtors that are working with buyers would be able to see that listing and they could work together. Okay. Now, most of the time, the realtor would also sell it to his or her buyer. Okay. So that meaning they might not be able to, they might not get buyers from another realtor or another broker. Okay. Next is, so what are the different types of listings? So one, we have a general or open listing. It is the right to sell that may be given to more than one agent or broker simultaneously. So meaning you are not like 100% committed to this particular realtor or to this particular broker. When you say you have an open listing, you are giving the right to more than one realtor. Another type of listing is an exclusive agency listing. So this is when the owner assigns the sale of a house to one real estate agency, and they are the sole party permitted to sell the property during a particular period. The agency will receive a commission even if the owner finds a buyer during the time period. So very self-explanatory. If you say exclusive agency listing, this is when an owner would be given an exclusive right to sell to one particular broker or realtor. Okay, so if you are the owner, and I am your realtor, you are not going to be allowed to work with another agent, okay, to have another agent sell your property except me. All right. And we are going to have a contract, all right, as to how long I'm going to be handling the sale of your property. Okay. Typically, the sale of the property would be the normal contract period for listings. Typically it's about 6 months. All right, but there are cases, or there are cases that an owner would want to have a shorter contract, and it depends on your realtor if they are going to allow that or if they're going to agree with the owner. Okay, now if ever you encounter someone saying that I am already working with the realtor, and if they confirmed that they're already listed, okay, then you are not allowed to like rebut or to do anything. Just say goodbye, and then, you have to admit that it's not for you, okay? At the end of this video, you would be able to learn about different types of listings, what is an expired listing, what are the advantages of calling an expired list, and of course, what are the things that you have to ask when you're calling an expired list, and what is the script that you will be using for an expired listing, okay? All right, so what is an expired or withdrawn listing, right? So you have to understand expired or withdrawn listing are totally different. You might encounter someone saying that my listing did not expire, but I withdrew it. I'm still committed with my realtor. So I'm going to discuss that because it could be something that would be helpful if you are already making calls for a client or for a realtor, okay? So an expired listing is a property that has not sold by the end of a period stipulated in the listing contract between the seller and the listing agent. So basically, if I am your agent and you are the owner of the property and you signed up with me and you agreed that I could sell your house for 6 months, all right, and I was not able to do that. For example, I was not able to sell your house. After 6 months, automatically the listing will expire, okay? And you're free to find another agent or do whatever you want, find another buyer, find another realtor to help you after the listing expires, okay? So that is why we're calling them, because their contract to another agent had expired already, okay? Now your main purpose here is to basically ask them if they would agree to meet with your realtor, okay? Because your realtor can definitely do a better job in handling the sale of the property. All right, now the other one is withdrawn listing, okay? So what does a withdrawn listing mean? It simply means that the contract is no longer on the multi-listing service or MLS. Okay, it's not there. You wouldn't see it online as for sale. Okay, but the contract has not lapsed yet, or the contract is still active. Okay, so for example, I'm your realtor, you're the owner of the property, you have signed up for 6 months, and we agreed that I could sell your property in 6 months time. However, you had a family emergency and you had to take a break for a month. Then I'm going to pull it off the market and I'm going to tag it as withdrawn listing. Okay, it's not going to be for sale anywhere. All right, but you are still contracted with me. Okay, which means if, for example, even if the property is off the market, if, for example, someone comes to you to buy the house, okay, and you accepted it, I would still get a commission off of that. All right. So yeah, speaking of commission, I've discussed it in my other video, but I'm going to say it here because that's probably something that's going through your mind. How much commission does a realtor get if they sign up or if they sell a property? It's typically about, in my experience, it's typically about 6%. It could be more than that. It could be less than that. It could be less than that. It depends on your realtor. All right, but on an average, it's about 6% off of how much the house sold for. All right, so if the house sold for $100,000, then my commission will be $6,000. Okay, so that's how it is. So yeah, so that's a difference between an expired or withdrawn listing. So if you are calling an expired list and your lead says, my listing isn't expired, my agent just pulled it off the market, it's just withdrawn because we're just doing some updates on the house, or we're just taking a pause, but I'm still committed with them. Then you confirm, so that means that you are still under contract with your realtor, is that right? Yes, then you have to move on and find another lead to convert. Okay. All right, so what are the common reasons why a listing expires? It's a very, very good topic. So the common reason is, one of the common reasons is the realtor failed to sell the house. All right. So obviously the listing expired and the realtor was not able to sell the house. Okay. Because there could be a lot of different reasons why the realtor was not able to do that, but it expired and the previous agent failed to sell the property. Okay. Or it could be because the house didn't sell because the listing price is too high. All right. If you are selling a house, you have to go with the market value of your property. Okay. Buyers sometimes know that because they do comps or comparative market analysis. Typically, a listing expires because the house is way above market value. Okay, so for example, if your house is valued, or if the market value of your house is about $100,000 and you listed it at $500,000, of course it would be a lot difficult for you to get a buyer for that one, especially if they know that you're overpriced. You wouldn't get a lot of traffic if you're priced too high. Another reason why a house or a listing expires is when the house needs repairs. So this is when there were a lot of different buyers that came over, and then they felt that the house needs improvement, and the listing expired because all of the buyers think the same. So that's one of the common reasons why a listing expires. And another reason is when an offer fell through. Okay, so there are a lot of different reasons why an offer would fall through. It could be because there's a buyer, but the buyer did not have the financial stability, or did not was not able to get a loan, or the buyer and the seller did not agree on something and they have to wait a while, and the contract expired already before everything materialized. It could be because of contingency that the owner would have to find another house before they would be able to actually officially sell the property. So many reasons. Okay, it could be because of the misunderstanding between realtors, misunderstanding between the realtor and the owner. So it could be a lot of different reasons why an offer would fall through. Okay. Another reason why a listing would expire is the owner changed mind. This is more applicable on withdrawn status, all right, because the owner could change mind anytime within the contract. Okay, so if if the owner decided that he or she does not want to sell anymore, and they want to take the house off the market, then they could pull it off the market. They can tell the realtor to take it off of any marketing websites or MLS. They wouldn't be listed there, but they would still be committed with the realtor on paper, or they are under contract with the same realtor. Okay, so this is more applicable for withdrawn status. It could also be the owner is not happy with the agent. Okay, again, it could be another reason for withdrawn listing. If an owner is not happy with how things are being handled, or is not happy with how the marketing is going, he's not happy with how he or she is marketing the property, then that could be a reason why someone would take the house off the market. Okay, they wouldn't have to wait until the contract expires to do that. All right. And it could also be technical issues. This is applicable for both withdrawn and expired listing. So when I say technical issues, it's listed, but it's showing as an expired listing. It happens. And many other reasons why a listing would expire. Now, why is it to one's advantage to call an expired list? It's to your advantage to call an expired list because the owner is already working with the agent. Okay, there are a lot of owners that are not open to doing that because they know that they would have to pay a commission if they hire a realtor. The good thing about expired leads is that they already signed up with the realtor once. So that means that paying a commission is not an issue with them. The good thing about it also is they have real motivation to sell. Okay, motivation. Most of the leads here on expired listings, they have real motivation to sell. Okay, they have to sell. They want to sell. And another advantage of calling expired lists, okay, especially for realtors, is that they understand the value of getting an agent. Okay, they know why they should get a realtor. And another good advantage is they will most likely sign up. Okay, because again, they have the motivation. All right, they understand the value of the realtor. Okay, and they are open to paying a commission. If ever you were able to set a solid listing appointment through an expired listing, there would be a high probability that your agent, when he or she comes over, would be able to sign up and get that listing. We've tackled the advantages of calling an expired list. What are the disadvantages of calling an expired list now? All right. Of course, I want to be open and I want to be upfront as possible. And there are no unicorns and rainbows all the time. An expired list, I'll be honest, is a very tough list to call. Okay, if you are going to be a real estate call caller or real estate ISA, and you are an expert when it comes to expired listings, and you're consistently getting appointments from an expired list, then you are very good. Okay, if you specialize in expired listing, I don't think that there are other lists that you'll find difficult to get appointments from. You are considered a rock star if you're consistently getting your realtor a lot of appointments from an expired listing. Okay. Now, one of the disadvantages of calling an expired list is that you have a lot of competition. Okay, you have so many competition because as soon as a listing expires, all of the realtors in that area would be aware of that. Okay, they have a system, like on the MLS, you would be able to see all of the listings that expired. All right. There are also a lot of wrong numbers and bad numbers. Whenever someone is calling an expired list, the system would give you different phone numbers that could be associated with that address. Okay, so that means you could be getting one or more or multiple phone numbers to call. Okay, you might be spending time with people that aren't the owner, or people that are previous tenants, relatives, ex-wives, ex-husbands. It happens. Just to set your expectation, don't be discouraged with that, because there's no perfect list anyway. All right. Now, this is very common, and you would always get this if you're calling an expired list, that the owners could be a bit agitated with cold calls. They would be, okay? So expect that they would be angry, because if I have tried to sell my house and I was not able to do it, I had plans and the plans fell through because my realtor failed to sell my house, it's a bit disappointing for me. Okay. Another disadvantage is that because there are a lot of different phone numbers associated on the list, you might have to spend hours on the phone, okay, just to get the right contact. All right. Another disadvantage is some owners no longer trust realtors. Okay, it's normal because you try to sell it with a realtor, it didn't work. Now, what if you sell it through, like, what if you do a for sale by owner? What if you sell it on your own and not get a realtor? Would the result be different? So these are the common disadvantages in calling an expired list. Now that we know the advantage and the disadvantages when you're calling an expired list, what would be the best approach for that? Okay, what is your best approach when calling an expired list? Number one, you have to be on top of your game. Okay, so when I say on top of your game, you have to be confident. You have to speak with conviction when you're talking to your lead. Like when someone answers the phone, you can't be, unsure about what you're saying. Okay, you have to be worth talking to. The first 10 seconds of your call would be very crucial. You have to have a thick face, and you can't be discouraged easily. Okay, because like I told you might encounter different leads here that are not happy, different lists that are going to shout at you, different owners that are going to shout at you, owners that are going to curse at you, owners that are not happy because they're getting a lot of calls. You would definitely get a lot of obstacles, is what I'm saying, a lot of objections. All right, but you have to be someone who's not easily discouraged with that. Your momentum cannot wear down. Okay. Next is you have to know how to build rapport and empathize. It would be a very effective approach, especially the majority of them are disappointed because their plan didn't pan out. Okay, they hired a realtor. It was just a waste of time for them because they lost 6 months and that the house didn't sell. So you have to know how to empathize and you have to know how to build rapport. If you have been doing cold calling and telemarketing for a long time, I'm sure that you know how to connect with your leads when you're on the phone. So try to do that, right? Connect to your leads, okay? And it's going to make a lot of difference. And also, there are times that you really couldn't close a deal. Like no matter what you do, it's not the right timing. Use your judgment, okay? It might not be an appointment for today, but it could be an appointment for the following week or in the next couple of months. It may not be a potential listing for your realtor today, but it could be a potential listing for your realtor, in the future. So you have to know how to build your nurture list, okay? Nurture, when you say nurture, these are callbacks. You have to know when to call them back. And when you're calling a lead back, if they tell you, call me back in a month, make sure that you cut that in half. It's very effective. All right. Now, emphasize this more, to stick to your script. For real estate ISA, especially to the ones that are doing it first time, to beginners, all right, I suggest that you stick to your script. I know how tempting it is to free flow, okay, and to do it on your own and to feel like, I've been cold calling for a long time. I worked in different call centers and I would do free flow. I can free flow. I know the questions that I have to ask, but I tell you, it's proven and tested. I've been in that position and it didn't work out for me. Okay, so if you are given a script, follow that script. The questions could be a bit corny, but it works. I tell you, a lot of realtors are using that script, okay, and they are converting. All right, a lot of other ISAs like myself are using that script, and we are converting. All right, the main purpose of that script is to guide you, okay, to ask the right questions, all right, and to get the answers that you need. Okay, so yeah, stick to your script. Okay. All right, lastly, just be yourself and don't sound scripted. I know that I said that you should stick to your script and that you shouldn't be doing free flow, but you have to sound as if you are free flowing. You cannot sound robotic. You cannot sound like you're reading off of a script. You have to ask questions naturally. Just be yourself, okay? Of course, on your first couple of days, you might sound as if you're reading off of a script, but you have to learn how to adapt quickly, okay? Now, what are the important things that you need to know when dealing with an expired lead? All right. The more information that you know, the easier it is for your realtor to convince or to win the listing. Okay. Now, what questions are these? Number one, motivation. Okay. Why are they moving? You have to know the reason why they're selling. Okay, there are different reasons why someone would be selling a house. It could be because they want to downsize, you know, they want a smaller house. It could be because the family is getting bigger, the kids are growing, and so they want to have more rooms, they want to upsize. It could be because they want to relocate because they feel that the weather is not good in that area, and so they want to go in a different state that's a lot colder, that's a lot cooler or a lot warmer, right? It could be relocation because they want that, or it could be relocation because because of a job. Okay, it could be a relocation because they want to retire. It could be a relocation because they want to have a different type of house with no stairs because they're already in their old ages. Okay, so it could be a lot of different reasons. You just have to know how to ask the motivation. I'm going to teach this with you later on how to get the motivation of your lead. Next, time frame. All right. So when are they moving? When are they planning to move? Okay. Do they need to be there right away? Are they not in a rush? Do they have to wait a little longer? So you have to know how did the last agent handle the listing? Okay, you have to find that out. All right, are they professional enough? Are they unprofessional? Do they show up on time? Do they give feedback to the lead? You don't have to know the exact details, but at least get an idea of what experience your lead had with the previous listing. Okay, it's very powerful because if they open this up to you, then that means that they are interested to talk to you, or they are still interested to sell the house, and there's a high chance that your real estate agent would be able to sign them up. So you have to know, are they happy or unhappy with their previous experience? There are right questions on how to get these information from them, but it would be helpful to know what was the experience of your lead with a previous agent. Okay. Another one is qualifications. Yeah. So you have to know what are they looking for in a new realtor. Okay. What do we have to do to get their business? All right. So it would really be helpful for you and your client to know this, because then again, you know, this would help your client prepare even better. That's it for now, guys. These are like common information that we have to know when we're calling an expired list. On my next video, I'm going to continue with discussing the script that you should be using for when you are making calls to an expired list. Okay. And so I do hope that you wait for that video. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you will always be updated when I release a new video. So yeah, that's it for today. And I'm going to see you again on my next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.